we've completed the shaft profile test part of the shaft fitting. We're now going to move on to the flex and the weight part of the test. So Brandon fit best into the TGI profile shaft. So what we're going to do now is move him up and down some weights in the TGI to find out what works best for him. At this point, you can start to put away the other packs that you're now not going to need. In this case, that's the PGI and the Max. Now, do we think, if anything, Brandon is going to be heavier or lighter than the 90? He's got a higher club head speed, he's got a lot of force available. If anything, he's going to lean on the heavier side. So what we're going to do is actually move him in the opposite direction. We're going to move him down to the 80 gram. We're going to give him a chance to feel what a shaft that is lighter does to his swing. And then we're going to gradually move him up from there. Did that feel easier or more difficult than the one before?
More difficult. I gotta slow myself down to get it to time up.
So lighter isn't always faster. When a shaft gets too light for a player and they can put more force in than the shaft can handle, they'll have to slow down to find stability. But then when they're on the golf course and they're under a bit of pressure and they do want to pick up speed and the tempo does pick up, that shaft now can't handle it. They lose stability. So as much as a lighter shaft can give you more potential to swing it faster because there's less weight, they'll actually have to hit the brakes harder to find control and actually slow down. Okay, so we're going to move back to the 90 grams. Cool, so immediately, does that feel easier or more difficult than before?
Easier.
Cool. So we now know that moving up in weight moves them in the right direction. So now I'm going to move them up to the 100 gram. Again, first impressions, does this one allow you to put more force, less force? And do you like that feeling of being able to put more force into it?
I do.
Cool, give me one more. What we're also asking them as we go through these different weights is, does this shaft feel too light? Does this shaft feel too heavy? Does this shaft feel too heavy yet?
No.
Okay, so if they still feel like they could test heavier, we're going to keep going. Cool, so we're now up at the 110 gram. And this starts to get very stiff. 110 grams in graphite. This is a TX shaft. This is a very stiff shaft. I have a different noise to it.
A little bit.
So first impressions, does this feel too heavy, too stiff, too light, too soft?
Too heavy? No. Too stiff? Maybe a little bit. I feel like I have to work a little harder to get it to go.
Yeah. And what we see a lot is when the shaft is slightly off in flex and weight for the player, they actually won't hold their balance as well in the finish. Outcome-wise, this is looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's not
Pretty
bad.
consistent on the strike.
I just feel like I have to work a little harder.
Cool.
I don't mind it though.
So if anything, it's potentially a tiniest bit too stiff, but it's pretty good. And what this may allow him to do is have a shaft that is now a training aid to him. It encourages him to put a little bit more force into it, to pick up his speed a little bit. And if that's the direction that the player wants to head, because they want to get a bit more speed and put more force into it, then this is actually a good thing.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is move him back down to the 100 and just find out of these two, we know we've got the profile right. We want to find out of these two which weight is right for him. So we've just got done hitting the 110. Felt pretty good, potentially a little bit stiff and heavy. He's going to go back to the 100 and see how this feels. Oh, give me a few more. First impressions?
It's a tough one because I want to apply the force to the ball, and I almost feel like I have to hold back just a little bit with this one.
Okay.
That first one I swung like I did with the 110 and went left. Pretty good though. I do like this just being a little less stiff.
Cool. I'm going to move back to the 110, hit a few more shots with the 110 and then let the player make the final decision. Remember, we're here to guide them and offer advice when they need it, but how they feel when they're swinging and what they're able to do, no matter of launch monitors or experience, is going to be able to get ahead of what the player is feeling when they swing. First impressions?
I like it.
Cool.
I don't have to slow myself down to get it to work. I can just swing hard.
Awesome. Remember, the rule in the shaft fitting is when we think we've found it, we always move away from it. So even though we've already moved away from it once and come back, we're just going to move them back to the 100 just for a final chance to see the difference between the two. And this may not need very many shots at all, but we want to be 100% confident that we've ruled out every other variable and we're only left with one.
I feel like there was just a little kick there, which is pulling it. Like now I have to back off just a touch.
Yeah, definitely more different start lines with this one.
Yeah.
Remember, we're building a club that is a training aid for the player as well. If we have to decide between two variables, we want to decide with the one that's going to allow that player to go and get better and not just keep them the same. Cool. Final few shots in the shaft test. Oh, one more. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. You make the final call?
Yeah, it's this one.
Perfect. Now at this point, if you're running the add-on packs, I recommend going over and looking at a separate video on how we integrate add-on packs into this system. If you're running our base kit, at that point, you've completed this shaft fitting part of the system. We've completed the lie angle testing and the shaft testing. Now we're going to move on to the grip testing.